I think our songs are rock and roll, but they are theatrical rock and roll songs, a lot of them. They lean to that direction, which I guess is one of the reasons that we thought our music might be suitable for a musical.
We gathered together a team around us which was partly built from rock and roll people and partly from theatrical people. From that came the strength to create something new. So we sort of hesitated calling it a musical. We said it's a rock theatrical. It's something which is very rock and roll, very organic, but at the same time has the values of the musical theatre, which is that you encapsulate the whole story, the whole world in that couple of hours when you're on the stage. And we didn't really feel comfortable with portraying our lives and Freddie's lives and whatever. It just didn't seem to sit well.
You think of legend. Queen are vast, they're legendary, they're on an epic scale. So I said, I feel we should invent a legend, but it's got to be a fun legend, it's got to be a tongue-in-cheek legend. And eventually a kind of Arthurian idea mixed with kind of Matrix, dystopian, metropolis, futuristic satire came about.
Ben came up with this idea in a moment, really. He said, okay, this musical is not about the past, it's about the future of kids and how they feel, how they want to express themselves and how they're looking for that thing which is rock and roll. Everything's internet, everything's advertising, everything is kind of pushed into your head. The kids have no freedom to think for themselves, which is a bleak future. The people are in chains, not physically, but mentally.
This is a planet where the kids' imaginations have been enslaved to the corporate entertainment machine. I had this image of a guitar buried in rock. One last guitar with which rock and roll will be reborn and live music will again be played on the planet.
The show is funny, so in a sense you get the impression that it's very light and maybe very inconsequential. But by, I would say, halfway through the second act, you realise that something has happened. You know, you're feeling something which you probably didn't expect to feel, which is quite an emotional thing. And I see it every time I go and watch the show. You see people suddenly experience this kind of emotional involvement and they become part of the show.
You don't have to be a Queen fan to love it. You do need to be a rock and roll fan. You do need to like your rock.
I hope audiences will go and they will leave the theatre feeling uplifted, feeling they've laughed a lot and with a feeling of joy, you know, and that's what it's all about, really. They feel they've been rocked.